Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we have a very, very useful intermediate level lesson for you all about the weather.
That's right. So obviously we have seen the news, and sometimes on the news we have the weather report. So today we're going to learn all about that weather report in English.
So let's check out today's dialogue, and we'll be back in a moment to talk about the words and phrases that those weather forecasters used.
And those are today's top stories. Now let's go to John for the weather. John, what does the forecast look like for our weekend travelers?
I'm afraid we're in for a rough weekend, Mary. There's a storm system moving through the East Coast. It will be drizzling all day today, and there's a 60% chance of thunderstorms this evening. It will be warm and humid all weekend. In the Midwest, expect strong winds and a low of around 40 degrees.
That's pretty chilly for the summer. Will it rain on Saturday?
Unfortunately, yes. It will be clear early Saturday morning, but there is a high chance of showers and thunderstorms later in the day. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for some parts of the southeast. Folks in those areas might see some hail and flooding, especially in areas that have been experiencing record-high rainfalls.
That certainly sounds like a dreary Saturday.
It gets better on Sunday, though. The storm systems move east and the skies will clear up at night. It will still be rather cool with highs in the low 50s. The west coast will be experiencing some unusually chilly weather, but at least the sun will come out. I advise weekend travelers to be careful, especially while driving. Back to you, Mary.
Thanks, John. And there you have it. Looks like it's a weekend to stay at home.
All right, we're back. So apparently they're not going to have great weather this weekend, and they actually started with an interesting word. And actually the commentator started with asking the weatherman, John, what does the forecast look like for our weekend?
Okay, so the word here, forecast, is very, very important because it describes this part of the newscast. A forecast is basically a prediction or a description of the future weather situation.
That's right. So we're talking about the weather forecast. Now it's very interesting because we can also use that in business. For example, in budgets, you can say, what is the financial forecast of the company?
All right. So you can't know what will happen, but you can predict it. And that's what a forecast is.
That's right. So we're talking about the weather forecast, and the weatherman said that, well, there are some storms coming and it will be drizzling all day.
Okay, so to drizzle is a verb, and it's like the verb to rain, except it's less by degree. So
it's very light rain.
Yeah, it's kind of like if I spray you with water from a spray can or something. It's like drizzle. It's just little dots of water. It's
That's
not
right.
like you're getting wet.
You don't really have the normal heavy raindrops. You just have a little bit of water coming down.
But it's annoying because do you bring your umbrella? Do you leave your umbrella? So drizzling is a kind of rain that's very, very light.
That's right. All right, so it's going to drizzle all day. And the weatherman also said that we might have some thunderstorms.
Okay, so thunderstorms are very different. Thunderstorms are a kind of storm where there is thunder. So thunder is the loud noises when there's lightning. Boom.
Lightning, okay. So lightning is like the flash that you get from the sky, and thunder is the hard sound that comes after.
The boom.
That's right.
Yeah, so remember, lightning. Light is the light that comes down from the sky, lightning. And thunderstorms are just those loud noises that the lightning makes.
So usually with thunderstorms, we have very heavy rain.
That's right. And that's why it's different from drizzling, which is very light.
Okay. Now we're talking about water. We have drizzle, we have thunderstorm. Now what about a shower? Because the weatherman said there is a high chance of showers.
Well, yes, there's a high chance of showers. I take showers every day. Thank you very much. But this is not the kind of shower we're talking about here, is it?
That's right.
Think about it, though. It's similar. A shower, when you wash yourself, is water coming down on top of you. Well, in this case, it's a rain shower. So it's rain that's happening.
Okay, so it's rainwater that's coming down, very similar to the shower that you take in the morning.
The difference, though, is that a shower is a noun and to rain is a verb. So it will rain tomorrow, or we expect showers tomorrow. Both mean the same thing.
All right, very good. And, well, talking about showers and thunderstorms, there's also another type of water that falls from the sky. This is called hail.
Okay, so hail is difficult to describe because it's like ice, but it's not really. It's just usually hard, almost like marbles, like hard balls of rain that come down. So it's not snow.
That's right.
It hurts when it hits you. Sometimes it's very big, sometimes it's very small, but it's heavy, hard things that come out of the clouds.
Yeah, so just think about it. It's very, very similar to ice. It's the small pieces of ice coming down from the sky. So that's hail, but obviously very different from snow because, as we said, it's hard. Snow is very soft.
Yes.
And, well, with this type of weather going on the weekend, the commentator said, wow, that certainly sounds like a dreary Saturday.
Okay, dreary is a great word to describe it. So as you can tell, it's going to rain. Dreary is not a good thing. It's not a happy thing.
Okay.
So something is dreary when it's not very exciting. It looks like it'll be dull or sad or boring or dark.
Now, can you describe a person like this as well?
Yes, he's a very dreary person. He's never optimistic. He's always down and, kind of quiet and sad and down.
Boring.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what it means. Something that's boring, not very exciting, or very calm.
But also dark. There's a dark element to it because something
okay.
is dreary. There's no sunshine, there's no light, there's no optimism.
So you can say it's a dreary day.
Yeah, very dreary day today. No light, no sunshine.
Okay, very good. We've taken a look at a lot of vocab there. Why don't we review what we've just learned and listen to the dialogue again?
And those are today's top stories. Now let's go to John for the weather. John, what does the forecast look like for our weekend travelers?
I'm afraid we're in for a rough weekend, Mary. There's a storm system moving through the East Coast. It will be drizzling all day today, and there's a 60% chance of thunderstorms this evening. It will be warm and humid all weekend. In the Midwest, expect strong winds and a low of around 40 degrees.
That's pretty chilly for the summer. Will it rain on Saturday?
Unfortunately, yes. It will be clear early Saturday morning, but there is a high chance of showers and thunderstorms later in the day. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for some parts of the southeast. Folks in those areas might see some hail and flooding, especially in areas that have been experiencing record-high rainfalls.
That certainly sounds like a dreary Saturday.
It gets better on Sunday, though. The storm systems move east and the skies will clear up at night. It will still be rather cool with highs in the low 50s. The west coast will be experiencing some unusually chilly weather, but at least the sun will come out. I advise weekend travelers to be careful, especially while driving. Back to you, Mary.
Thanks, John. And there you have it. Looks like it's a weekend to stay at home.
All right, we're back. So now we're going to talk a little bit about some phrases that we've chosen for you on Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
So when we're talking about forecasts, remember that we're talking about things that aren't certain. We have to explain that there is a possibility of rain or a possibility of sunshine. And usually in the weather report, they will use percentages to describe how likely something is to happen.
That's right. The weatherman said there is a 60% chance of thunderstorms.
Okay, so 60% is not very likely, but it's also not unlikely. It means that it might happen that it rains.
That's right. So, as you said, it's a way to measure what the probabilities are. Because imagine if the weatherman says it might rain tomorrow, you're like, well, maybe it really will, or maybe it's very unlikely that it won't, or we don't really know.
Exactly. So, for example, if the weatherman says there's a 95% chance of rain tomorrow, do you bring your umbrella?
Yes.
What if he says there's a 5% chance of rain tomorrow? No. So you have to think about the probability. 60%, it's maybe half and half, but 95%, it's very likely to happen.
That's right. And he also mentioned there's a high chance of thunderstorms, or maybe you can say there's a low chance of hail.
Right. So he's basically saying, he or she is basically saying, it's possible that this will happen, or it's not likely this will happen. They're trying to help you out. They can't say this will happen because they don't know.
Okay, so the word for probability here, the key word is chance. There is a good chance that it will rain. So chance is probability.
Right. So, for example, what's the chance it will rain tomorrow? Well, there's a high chance.
Okay, very good. Okay, and now when we talk about the degrees or the how warm or cold it is, so we express it in Fahrenheit in some countries, or in other countries in centigrade. Here we talk about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. But the weatherman also says highs and lows. There's a low of around 40 degrees. What does he mean, a low?
This is a really important part of the forecast, because you need to know, will you have to bring a coat tomorrow? Is it going to be hot or cold? And so you think about a day, usually during the day at noon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's the hottest. But at night, it's the coldest. And so the low refers to the lowest temperature, and the high refers to the highest temperature. So for example, in the fall, maybe the highs are 60 degrees, but the lows are 40. So you should bring a coat.
Okay.
Means at night it'll be 40, and during the day it'll be 60.
Okay, so we're talking about the highs are the highest temperatures, or the highest number that we'll get, and the lows is the lowest. So the weatherman will commonly say, tomorrow we'll experience a high of 32 degrees and a low of 25.
Right. So it's very easy to understand that the temperature during the day will be between these two numbers.
Right. Very good. Okay. And for our last phrase, the weatherman also said that there is a severe thunderstorm warning for some parts of the southeast.
All right. So, Marco, this is a really key phrase because it is, it's telling people about potential danger. A thunderstorm can be very dangerous, so you want to stay inside. So a severe thunderstorm warning, severe means very, very serious, is something you should pay attention to.
That's right. But now, the interesting thing is that we can change the noun, in this case, thunderstorm, and we can talk about, for example, a severe tornado warning.
All right. So if there's a severe tornado warning, then I really have to pay attention to the weather and be careful not to go outside. Or even a severe flood warning. You need to know that the streets might become flooded and prepare.
So they're saying that there's a very high probability that this might happen. So they're warning you to take precaution.
All right, so pay attention to that last one. And we're going to listen to today's dialogue one more time. We'll be back in a moment to talk a little bit more about the weather.
And those are today's top stories. Now let's go to John for the weather. John, what does the forecast look like for our weekend travelers?
I'm afraid we're in for a rough weekend, Mary. There's a storm system moving through the East Coast. It will be drizzling all day today, and there's a 60% chance of thunderstorms this evening. It will be warm and humid all weekend. In the Midwest, expect strong winds and a low of around 40 degrees.
That's pretty chilly for the summer. Will it rain on Saturday?
Unfortunately, yes. It will be clear early Saturday morning, but there is a high chance of showers and thunderstorms later in the day. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for some parts of the southeast. Folks in those areas might see some hail and flooding, especially in areas that have been experiencing record-high rainfalls.
That certainly sounds like a dreary Saturday.
It gets better on Sunday, though. The storm systems move east and the skies will clear up at night. It will still be rather cool with highs in the low 50s. The west coast will be experiencing some unusually chilly weather, but at least the sun will come out. I advise weekend travelers to be careful, especially while driving. Back to you, Mary.
Thanks, John. And there you have it. Looks like it's a weekend to stay at home.
All right, so talking about the weather, it always seems like the weatherman is always wrong.
Always. It's like the opposite of what should happen.
That's right.
But you can't blame them because all they have is a computer and some sensors, and they have to guess about the weather and help people figure out what to do.
Have you ever experienced anything severe like a hard thunderstorm or maybe a tornado or something like this?
I have, actually, because I'm from Chicago, and in America, the middle of the country is called the tornado belt. That means it's a piece of land where tornadoes are very common. And so in the fall and in the spring, we often have tornadoes, and I've been in a couple tornadoes myself.
Oh, wow. Have you seen them?
Yes.
Is it amazing to see?
They're very scary. You're always running inside and locking yourself in the basement. It's very important to protect yourself in a tornado because it it's very dangerous around the area of the tornado because the wind is so strong that trucks and cars and telephone poles and big heavy objects can fly through the air and hurt people. And that's how most of the damage happens.
Okay, so this is interesting because a tornado is also considered a natural disaster.
Yes, it is.
But it's a weather phenomenon, whereas earthquakes are a natural disaster, but it's not part of the weather.
No, yeah, you're right. It's not something that it sweeps in and it leaves. Like a flood, for example, all of the rain will come down and it will create a flood. An earthquake is a natural disaster that's not weather related.
That's right. Okay, interesting thing. So maybe some of our listeners that live in a very cold area have experienced a heavy snowstorm.
Like a blizzard.
Like a blizzard. Or maybe people in a tropical area have experienced a hurricane. So let us know if you've ever been in one of these weather-related phenomenons. And also, if you have any comments or questions, we're always at EnglishPod.com.
We hope to see you guys there. Bye.
All right, bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Scared. Afraid. A light fall of rain. Drizzle. Fall of rain accompanied by lightning and thunder. Thunderstorm. Probability. Chance. Rain that is frozen into chunks of ice. Hail.
Let's try that faster.
Rain that is frozen into chunks of ice. Hail. Probability. Chance. A light fall of rain. Drizzle. Scared. Afraid. Fall of rain accompanied by lightning and thunder. Thunderstorm.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Afraid. The project is due tomorrow, but he just gave it to us this morning. I'm afraid we're in for a long night. Afraid. I'm sorry, I'm afraid you misunderstood me. Afraid. I'm afraid that I can't make it tonight. I've made other plans. Drizzle. It's drizzling outside, so you should take your umbrella when you go out. Drizzle. It's not raining hard, just a light drizzle. Drizzle. I like to drizzle some maple syrup on my pancakes. Thunderstorm. We planned to have a picnic in the park, but the weather report said there would be a thunderstorm today. Thunderstorm. My little sister is terrified of lightning. She always cries during the thunderstorms. Thunderstorm. It's dangerous to go out with an umbrella during the thunderstorm. Hail. There's a 70% chance of rain today, so it might not be the best day to go to the beach. Hail. You have a high chance of getting the job. The boss seems to like you. Hail. If you are careful and follow the rules, You have a very small chance of hurting yourself rock climbing. Hail. There is a chance that it will hail today, so we should stay inside. Hail. The last time it hailed, the roof of my car was badly damaged. Hail. It's hailing really badly outside. The hail is the size of tennis balls.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're going to be going to one of the least favorite places of many, many people.
So it must be the dentist.
Exactly. That place where you have to go every 6 months, but
You probably don't go.
you probably don't. I know I don't go
No,
every
me
6
neither.
months. So yeah, we're going to be going to the dentist. And of course, we're going to be looking at a lot of great vocabulary related to teeth and all that crazy stuff dentists do.
Yes. And we'll also learn some really interesting phrases. So Marco, let's get started with our vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
Okay, in vocabulary preview today we have 2 words. Let's take a look at the first one. Toothache.
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 Okay, so we've seen before this this ending ache, right?
Right.
It means it hurts.
Exactly.
So again, a toothache would be
A hurting tooth.
a hurting tooth.
Yes.
We can also say stomach ache, headache.
Yep.
Pretty much everything can
Ache.
ache.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our next word, X-ray.
X-ray.
X-ray. X-ray.
Okay, pretty easy word. So when you go to the doctor, many times you'll get an X-ray.
It is a picture of your bones.
Right. So that's an X-ray.
All right, well, we're going to hear both of these words in the dialogue. So why don't we listen as Gary visits his dentist?
Hey, Gary. Great to see you again. Please have a seat. So, tell me what seems to be the problem.
Thanks, Doc. I've got a really bad toothache. I can't eat anything, and look, my face is all swollen. I think it might be my wisdom teeth.
Well, let's have a look. Open wide. This doesn't look good. Well, it looks like you have a cavity and your crown is loose. We'll need to put in a filling before it gets any worse. And the crown probably needs to be refitted. I'm going to order some x-rays.
Is it gonna hurt?
No, not at all. Just lay back and relax. Okay, spit.
Okay, that always happens. The dentist says, no, it's not going to hurt. Don't worry about it.
But it always hurts much more than he says.
Exactly. So in this dialogue, we saw some interesting words when the dentist was describing what problems Gary had.
Yes. So why don't we look at those now in language takeaway?
Language takeaway.
All right, let's take a look at our first word.
So Gary said that his face was all swollen.
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 So swollen is an adjective, right, Marco?
Right. So his face is or was swollen.
It was bigger.
Yeah, his face was bigger than normal.
Yes. Often when you hurt yourself, that part of your body becomes swollen.
Swollen, right. So you have to put some ice on it usually, and then the swelling will go down.
And that's the noun, the swelling.
Right. The swelling. And, well, the verb to swell.
All right, 3 words for the price of 1.
So let's listen to some examples of how we would use the swelling, swollen, and to swell.
Example 1.
My nose is swollen. It's the size of a football.
Example 2. Put some ice on your foot and the swelling will go down. Example 3.
I got bitten by a spider and my hand is swelling up.
All right, so Gary's face was swollen and he thought that it was his wisdom teeth.
Wisdom teeth.
Wisdom teeth.
Okay, so this is interesting. Wisdom is like wise.
Yeah, knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
So these teeth, they're not knowledgeable, but they're called wisdom teeth.
They're the teeth that grow last in your mouth, right?
Right, they are the last teeth at the very end of your mouth.
Yes, and usually you get them when you're about 20.
And since they come out at this age, sometimes they interfere or they hurt a little bit, so you have to get them taken out.
Yes. All right, wisdom teeth.
Wisdom teeth. Okay, now for our next word and something that we all got as children. Cavity.
Cavity.
A cavity.
A cavity. It's a hole in your tooth.
A hole in your tooth. And it's caused by
Too much sugar.
too much sugar, right?
Yeah.
Or not brushing your teeth enough.
Yeah.
So that's why everyone had it. I think as children, cavities.
I never had a cavity.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Didn't have much sugar?
I guess I was a bit of a health nut when I was a kid. Well,
okay.
no, I wasn't. My mom was. No, I guess not. All right. But enough about my eating habits. Let's talk about our next word, crown.
Crown.
A crown.
So a crown. This is interesting.
We're not talking kings and queens.
Right. That's the first thing that comes to mind, right?
Yeah.
No, a crown is actually the visible part of your teeth.
Okay, so there's one part of your tooth that's inside that you can't see, right?
That's called the root.
Yes. So when he said your crown is loose, was he talking really about the actual tooth?
So sometimes people will lose a tooth or have a really bad cavity. So the dentist needs to make a new crown or a new visible part of the tooth for you. So sometimes it'll be made of gold.
Yep.
You
Or porcelain.
Porcelain.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So a crown, it's like a really, really, really big filling.
A crown. So his crown needed to be refitted or put back into place.
Yes. Now our final word, a filling.
Filling.
A filling.
A filling.
So I just said this word previously. Now, when you have a cavity, you need to fill it in.
Right. You need to fill it with something.
Yes.
It's usually some sort of paste.
And it gets really hard,
And
just like your tooth.
Exactly. So then it covers up this cavity. Filling.
A filling.
I have many fillings. I wasn't very healthy as a kid.
All right, not a good toothbrusher.
Exactly. So why don't we listen to this dialogue again, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit about some of the interesting phrases that the doctor used.
Hey, Gary. Great to see you again. Please have a seat. So, tell me what seems to be the problem.
Thanks, Doc. I've got a really bad toothache. I can't eat anything, and look, my face is all swollen. I think it might be my wisdom teeth.
Well, let's have a look. Open wide. This doesn't look good. Well, it looks like you have a cavity, and your crown is loose. We'll need to put in a filling before it gets any worse, and the crown probably needs to be refitted. I'm going to order some x-rays.
Is it gonna hurt?
No, not at all. Just lay back and relax. Okay, spit.
Well, the dentist used 3 really interesting phrases, and I want to look at the first one. What seems to be the problem?
What seems to be the problem?
What seems to be the problem?
Okay. Very easy little sentence to ask somebody what's wrong.
Exactly.
Right.
And I mean, these are small, easy words, but when you put them together, they sound really natural, and really fluent.
So if you ask somebody what seems to be the problem, it's very polite.
Yep.
And it's a very good way of asking what's wrong.
Yes.
All right.
Our next phrase, also made up of simple words. Let's have a look.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look.
So this is a phrase that maybe your mechanic or your dentist or your doctor will say.
Or anyone.
Right. Let's
Yeah.
have a look.
Let's look at it and see what the problem is.
Okay. Let's have a look.
Okay. And our final phrase. It doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good.
So I can use this phrase for an object, right?
Yeah.
Like, this house doesn't look good.
Yes, but here it's used a little bit differently. So why don't we listen to some examples to help us understand the meaning?
Example 1. John told me it doesn't look good for me. I probably won't get the job. Example 2.
It doesn't look good for Michael Jackson. He's in a lot of debt.
Example 3. You know, the economy doesn't look very good.
Okay, so in the examples, we can see that they are using it for the situation.
Yeah.
It looks maybe problematic.
Yeah. So when you say it doesn't look good, you basically mean there are going to be problems.
All right. It doesn't look good.
Yep.
Okay. So great phrases, great words. Let's listen to our Gary at the dentist one more time, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Hey, Gary. Great to see you again. Please have a seat. So, tell me what seems to be the problem.
Thanks, Doc. I've got a really bad toothache. I can't eat anything, and look, my face is all swollen. I think it might be my wisdom teeth.
Well, let's have a look. Open wide. This doesn't look good. Well, it looks like you have a cavity and your crown is loose. We'll need to put in a filling before it gets any worse. And the crown probably needs to be refitted. I'm going to order some x-rays.
Is it gonna hurt?
No, not at all. Just lay back and relax. Okay, spit.
Well, Marco, speaking of dentists, have you ever had an experience like this where you spat out a tooth at the dentist?
Well, nothing so serious as this, but actually, recently when I was in Cambodia...
Oh, right, you called us from Cambodia.
Yeah. Well, our taxi driver offered us to have some local food. And he said, well, we're going to have dog. So that was interesting. Actually, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty good. But, you know, if you get around the fact that it's a dog.
So what does this have to do with your teeth?
I was eating it and I bit a bone that was hidden.
Okay.
And I chipped my tooth.
So you broke part of your tooth?
Yeah, like half of it, which I had already chipped before. So I had to go to the dentist. And so the dentist created a new crown with, not with gold or porcelain, actually with a paste.
Oh.
And then it becomes hard and it looks normal. It doesn't even look like I have a fake crown, so to say.
But dentists can be really expensive. So how much did this cost?
Well, this was for the bargain price of $10.
$10.
$10. That's how much
Nice.
it cost.
So we should all go to Cambodia for dentistry.
But yeah, because actually it was pretty good. He looked really young though. I was kind of scared because when he walked in, he looked like he was 19. But I asked him his age and he was like 30.
Okay, well, you're very trusting.
Dentists and oral health. A dentist is a healthcare professional who specializes in diagnosing, preventing, and treating problems related to the teeth, gums, and mouth. They help people maintain good oral hygiene and prevent serious health conditions that can result from poor dental care. Regular visits to the dentist are important for overall well-being, as oral health is closely connected to general health. Some of the key reasons why dentists are important. Dentists play a crucial role in keeping people's mouths healthy. Without proper dental care, many problems can arise, such as cavities, gum disease, and even infections that affect the rest of the body. Some key reasons why dentists are important include preventing tooth decay. Dentists help protect teeth from cavities by providing professional cleanings, fluoride treatments, and advice on proper oral hygiene. Treating gum disease. Gum disease can lead to tooth loss if untreated. Dentists check for early signs of gum problems and provide treatments to keep gums healthy. Fixing broken or damaged teeth. Accidents or decay can cause teeth to break. Dentists repair or replace damaged teeth to restore function and appearance. Improving smiles. Cosmetic dentistry, such as teeth whitening and braces, helps people feel confident about their smiles. Checking for serious conditions. Dentists examine the mouth for signs of oral cancer, infections, or other health problems that could become serious if left untreated. What happens during a visit to the dentist? Many people feel nervous before visiting a dentist, but understanding the process can help reduce anxiety. A regular dental checkup usually includes the following steps. Examination. The dentist checks the teeth, gums, and mouth for signs of decay, gum disease, or other issues. X-rays. If needed, the dentist takes X-ray images to look for hidden cavities, infections, or problems with the jawbone. Cleaning. A dental hygienist removes plaque and tartar from the teeth to prevent cavities and gum disease. Fluoride treatment. Some dentists apply fluoride to strengthen teeth and prevent decay. Advice on oral hygiene. The dentist gives recommendations on brushing, flossing, and diet to keep teeth healthy. Regular dental visits help detect problems early and prevent serious issues. Most checkups are painless, and modern dentistry ensures that treatments are as comfortable as possible. Common dental problems. Dental issues are common, but with proper care. Many of them can be prevented or treated early. Some of the most frequent dental problems include cavities, tooth decay, caused by bacteria that produce acids. Cavities create holes in teeth that need fillings. Gum disease, gingivitis, and periodontitis. Inflammation of the gums can lead to bleeding, swelling, and even tooth loss if untreated. Tooth sensitivity. Some people experience pain when eating hot, cold, or sweet foods due to worn-down enamel or exposed nerves. Bad breath. Halitosis. Poor oral hygiene, infections, or diet can cause persistent bad breath. Wisdom teeth problems. Some people experience pain or infections when their wisdom teeth do not grow properly. Crooked or misaligned teeth. Many people require braces or aligners to straighten their teeth for better function and appearance. How to take care of teeth. Maintaining good oral hygiene is essential for preventing dental problems. Here are some key ways to keep teeth and gums healthy. Brushing twice a day. Use a fluoride toothpaste and a soft bristle toothbrush to clean teeth thoroughly. Flossing daily. Flossing removes food and plaque from between the teeth, preventing cavities and gum disease. Eating a healthy diet. Avoid sugary foods and drinks, and eat foods rich in calcium, such as dairy products, leafy greens, and nuts. Drinking water. Water helps rinse away food particles and keeps the mouth hydrated. Avoiding smoking and alcohol. Smoking and excessive alcohol consumption can lead to gum disease, bad breath, and oral cancer. Visiting the dentist regularly. Checkups every 6 months help catch problems early and keep teeth in the best condition. Types of dentists. Not all dentists perform the same treatments. Some specialize in specific areas of dental care. Different types of dentists include general dentists. These are the most common dentists who provide cleanings, fillings, and preventive care. Pediatric dentists. Specializing in children's dental care, they help kids develop good oral hygiene habits. Orthodontists. They fix misaligned teeth and jaws using braces or clear aligners. Periodontists. Experts in treating gum disease and other conditions affecting the gums and bones supporting teeth. Endodontists. They specialize in treating the inside of the tooth, such as root canals. Prosthodontists. They restore and replace missing teeth with dentures, bridges, or implants. Oral surgeons. They perform surgeries such as wisdom tooth removal, jaw correction, and treating facial injuries. Dental tools and equipment. Dentists use various tools to examine, clean, and treat teeth. Some of the most common dental tools include mirror. Helps the dentist see inside the mouth and check hard to reach areas. Explorer dental probe, used to check for cavities and other issues on the surface of the teeth. Scaler, removes plaque and tartar from the teeth. Suction device, removes saliva and water from the mouth during procedures. Drill, used to remove decayed parts of a tooth before filling a cavity. X-ray machine, takes images of the teeth and bones to detect hidden problems. Modern dentistry continues to develop new tools and technology to improve patient comfort and treatment outcomes. The future of dentistry. Dentistry is constantly evolving, with new advancements making treatments faster, safer, and less painful. Some future trends in dentistry include laser dentistry. Lasers are being used for treatments like cavity removal and gum disease treatment, reducing the need for drills. 3D printing. Dentists are now able to create custom dental crowns, bridges, and dentures quickly using 3D printing. Teeth whitening innovations. Safer and more effective whitening treatments are being developed for at-home and professional use. Artificial intelligence, AI, in dentistry. AI helps dentists diagnose problems more accurately and recommend the best treatments. Regenerative dentistry. Scientists are researching ways to regrow damaged tooth enamel or even create bioengineered teeth. Why people fear the dentist. Many people experience anxiety about visiting the dentist. Some common reasons for dental fear include fear of pain. Some people worry that dental treatments will hurt, but modern techniques and anesthesia make most procedures painless. Previous bad experiences. A painful experience in the past can make someone afraid to return to the dentist. Needles and drills. The sight or sound of dental tools can cause anxiety in some people. Loss of control. Lying in a chair while someone works on your teeth can make people feel uncomfortable. To overcome dental fear, patients can talk to their dentist. Dentists can explain the procedure and help patients feel at ease. Use relaxation techniques. Deep breathing and calming music can help reduce anxiety. Choose a gentle dentist. Some dentists specialize in treating nervous patients and can provide a more comfortable experience. Conclusion. Dentists play an essential role in maintaining oral health and preventing serious dental problems. Regular dental checkups, proper oral hygiene, and a healthy diet are crucial for strong teeth and gums. While some people fear going to the dentist, modern advancements have made treatments more comfortable and effective than ever before. By understanding the importance of dental care and making regular visits to the dentist, People can enjoy a healthy smile for life.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Sit down.
Seat.
Tooth pain.
Toothache.
Some parts are bigger than others due to a certain disease.
Swollen.
One of the 4 large teeth at the back of the mouth, which grows only in one's adulthood.
Wisdom tooth.
Take a glance.
Have a look.
A hole in a tooth.
Cavity.
The part of the tooth which can be seen.
Crown.
Something that fills a hole in a tooth.
Filling.
A medical examination that takes a picture of your bones.
X-rays.
To use a thin thread or string to clean between your teeth.
Floss.
A liquid that is used to clean your mouth and teeth and make your breath smell better.
Mouthwash.
A disease in which the gums become red, swollen, and sore.
Gingivitis.
A thin coating that forms on the teeth and contains bacteria.
Plaque.
Used to describe when someone has very bad breath.
Dog breath. Let's try that faster.
Sit down.
Seat.
Take a glance.
Have a look.
The part of the tooth which can be seen.
Crown.
A thin coating that forms on the teeth and contains bacteria.
Plaque.
Something that fills a hole in a tooth.
Filling.
A liquid that is used to clean your mouth and teeth and make your breath smell better.
Mouthwash.
A disease in which the gums become red, swollen, and sore.
Gingivitis.
One of the 4 large teeth at the back of the mouth, which grows only in one's adulthood.
Wisdom tooth.
Used to describe when someone has very bad breath.
Dog breath.
Some parts are bigger than others due to a certain disease.
Swollen.
To use a thin thread or string to clean between your teeth.
Floss.
A hole in a tooth.
Cavity.
Tooth pain.
Toothache.
A medical examination that takes a picture of your bones.
X-rays. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. My nose is swollen. It's the size of a football. Put some ice on your foot and the swelling will go down. I got bitten by a spider and my hand is swelling up. John told me that it doesn't look good for me. I probably won't get the job. It doesn't look good for Michael Jackson. He's in a lot of debt. You know, the economy doesn't look very good. I just got my wisdom teeth out, so I can't eat anything. You're going to have to get your wisdom teeth pulled. I think my wisdom teeth are coming in. Cavity. My tooth is really hurting. I think I have a cavity. Cavity. If you don't brush your teeth, you'll get cavities. Cavity. You can see on this X-ray that you have 4 cavities. Have a look. So you're having car trouble. Let's have a look at the engine. Have a look. Let's have a look at your computer and see what the problem is. Have a look. Let me have a look at your report. Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're going to be bringing you the second part of our job interview series.
That's right. So this is an advanced lesson, and we're going to be talking about educational background and experience.
Right. So in the first part, we saw preparing for a job interview. Now we are at the job interview, and we're just going to be talking about your educational background and your job experience.
That's right. And the language we're going to learn is going to focus mostly on these 2 areas.
Okay, perfect. So let's take a look at some of the difficult words before we listen to the dialogue in Vocabulary Preview.
Vocabulary Preview.
All right, so we're going to talk about a few common words that have to do with education. Now, the first word, I think we might know this one, but there's a little trick to it. So the first one is major.
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 So, yeah, I guess everyone knows what a major is, right?
Yeah, it's the main subject that you study in university.
Right, so you can study business as a major or...
history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but you can also use it as a verb, right?
That's right. I majored in history.
Majored in. Mm-hmm. So usually it's followed by the preposition in.
Yes, always, in fact.
Okay.
When used as a verb, I majored in science.
I majored in business.
Yes.
Okay, so you can say my major is business administration or history, or you can say I majored in business.
Yeah, and the same pattern applies to minor.
Okay, so minor, this is really interesting because this is more common in English-speaking countries, right?
That's right.
So what exactly is a minor?
Well, just like your major, but smaller.
Okay.
So if you major in history, maybe 60% of your classes are in history, and you minor in French, maybe 30 or 40% of your classes are in French.
So basically, you can have 2 subjects in your degree. You can have a major in business with a minor in art.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right, and another 2 simple words, a bachelor's degree.
Bachelor's degree, okay.
A bachelor's degree is what you get after going to university for 4 years.
Okay, so a bachelor's degree, after 4 years, you get that.
Yep.
After that, you get a master's degree.
Right. So that's another 2 years after your bachelor's degree.
Okay, and I guess a master's is more focused on an area, right?
Yes, more specialized.
More specialized. Mm-hmm. And then the highest degree you can get is a PhD.
Exactly.
Which is a philosophy doctorate, right?
Uh-huh.
But you're not actually getting a degree in philosophy.
No, it could be in international relations.
Okay. But this is really hard to get. You have to go to school for another 5 or 6 years, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of research, and not many people have it.
Yeah. Anyway, some simple words, but you know what? It's quite unique to the English-speaking world, this system, so we thought we'd bring it to you now.
Right, perfect. So now let's listen to this guy who is at an interview, and he's going to be talking about his education and work experience.
Thanks for coming in today. Did you have any trouble finding us? Please, take a seat.
Thank you.
So, let's get started. Tell me a bit about your educational background.
Sure, well, I graduated with honors from Chesterton University with a major in business administration, with a specialization in information management, and I minored in psychology. I chose this course of study for two reasons. I wanted to gain some practical, marketable skills, which the information management track provided, and I also feel that the interpersonal skills are essential for professional success, hence the minor in psychology.
Interesting. And your postgraduate studies?
Well, I am really passionate about consumer behavior, so I pursued a master's in that area. I also strive to keep my professional skills current, so I continuously attend seminars and conferences related to management and customer service.
Very good. Now, tell me a little bit about your work experience. I see here that you previously worked at Oracle.
Yeah, I worked as their customer support manager, which brought me a breadth of experience in both client care and process management. I supervised and coordinated the customer support team as well as implemented new strategies to achieve better customer satisfaction.
Interesting.
Yes, in this position, I was able to make some pretty significant contributions to the overall success of the company. With the different initiatives that we implemented, we lowered our churn rate to about 5%, which had a direct impact on revenue.
Well, those are some pretty good answers to those questions, but I don't know, Marco.
There was a little awkward moment. I don't know if you guys heard it. Natural body... What's it called? Functions.
Yeah.
So,
oh, dear.
Well, making the interview a little bit more interesting, right? It doesn't have to be boring.
Exactly. But what is really interesting is some of the language he used to describe his educational background and work experience. So let's look at that now in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Okay, so in Language Takeaway today, we have 7 words that we want to focus on before we give you some tips about doing well on a job interview. So let's take a look at the first word. Course of study.
Course of study.
Course of study.
A course of study.
So what is a course of study exactly?
Basically, it's like a plan of study or a path of study.
Okay, so his course of study was...
Business administration.
Exactly, so that is his course of study. Now let's take a look at our second word. Track.
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 So he said he wanted to gain some practical, markable skills that the information management track provided.
Exactly.
So what does he mean by this track?
Again, basically, if the track of study is like the path of study.
Okay.
So the direction of your study.
Okay, so I guess it would be like, think of a train and the train tracks, right?
Exactly.
Where the train travels. So that's where it's taking you. That's the path that he followed or you should follow or you want to follow.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Now let's take a look at our third word, and it's a really nice conjunction. Hence.
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 H-E-N-C-E. Hence.
Hence. So it sounds fancy, but
yes.
What does
simple.
it mean?
So, therefore. Yeah.
Right. So you can use it as a conjunction between two ideas. So he said, what would be an example of how you could use hence?
You could say, the economy is doing poorly, hence people are losing their jobs.
Okay. Hence, so therefore, in consequence,
right.
So...
Exactly.
But it just sounds a lot more like professional.
And formal.
Formal.
Yeah.
Okay, so try and use this conjunction hence, right? Instead of saying so, therefore.
Yep.
Use it. Okay, our fourth word.
Pursued.
Pursued.
He pursued a master's.
Okay, so to pursue.
To chase after something.
To chase after. So you can pursue a master's degree like he did?
Yes, you can pursue a promotion.
A dream.
Nice one.
Can you pursue a girl?
Yes, you can.
All right, so pursue to chase.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's look at our next word, strive.
Another great word you can use when talking about your experience. To strive is to try really hard.
To try really hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know we have some examples for strive.
Yeah, let's take a listen.
Example 1. At our company, we are always striving to improve our services. Example 2. He really strived to get a new job, and his work paid off.
Okay, great examples of strive, to fight, to try really hard.
Yep.
All right. Okay, now the next word, I didn't really know what it meant, so this is really interesting. Breadth.
Breadth.
So it's kind of like saying bread, but adding a TH at the end.
Yeah.
Breadth.
Breadth of experience.
Okay, so this basically means it's wide.
Exactly. So when you have a great breadth of experience, you have a wide variety of experience.
Okay, so maybe in different fields or in different jobs. So
Yep.
you can have experience like in marketing and in a little bit in finance and a little bit in management.
Yes, a breadth of experience.
All right. All right, and now for the last word, it's actually 3-in-1.
A 3-in-1 deal.
A 3-in-1 deal. That actually, they are very related.
Okay.
Right? So when he talked about his work experience, he was saying he supervised and coordinated the customer support team.
Okay, so he watched over, right? And made things work together well.
To coordinate.
Yes.
So these are really great verbs that you can use when you're talking about your job responsibilities.
Yes.
I supervised.
I coordinated.
And he used another really great one that said to implement.
To implement, to make something happen, to put it in place.
Right? So he implemented new strategies.
Implemented new policies.
Okay. To set in action.
Exactly.
All right. So a lot of great vocabulary, a lot of great stuff, and well, you can use it for when you are at a job interview. So let's listen to this dialogue again. And when we come back, we're going to give you some tips so you'll do well in this part of the job interview.
Thanks for coming in today. Did you have any trouble finding us? Please, take a seat.
Thank you.
So, let's get started. Tell me a bit about your educational background.
Sure. Well, I graduated with honors from Chesterton University with a major in business administration, with a specialization in information management, and I minored in psychology. I chose this course of study for two reasons. I wanted to gain some practical, marketable skills, which the information management track provided, and I also feel that the interpersonal skills are essential for professional success, hence the minor in psychology.
Interesting. And your postgraduate studies?
Well, I am really passionate about consumer behavior, so I pursued a master's in that area. I also strive to keep my professional skills current, so I continuously attend seminars and conferences related to management and customer service.
Very good. Now, tell me a little bit about your work experience. I see here that you previously worked at Oracle.
Yeah, I worked as their customer support manager, which brought me a breadth of experience in both client care and process management. I supervised and coordinated the customer support team as well as implemented new strategies to achieve better customer satisfaction.
Interesting.
Yes, in this position, I was able to make some pretty significant contributions to the overall success of the company. With the different initiatives that we implemented, we lowered our churn rate to about 5%, which had a direct impact on revenue.
All right, well, I want to talk about two main things. And the first thing I want to talk about is how you address this question about your educational background. Like, what is the interviewer looking to find out?
Okay, perfect. So when you are talking about your educational background, you shouldn't only talk about your college degree, right?
Yep.
You should also talk about any type of training that you've had.
Yeah, I think it's really important to let the interviewer know that you're continually trying to update your skills and improve your knowledge. So any sort of courses or seminars that you might attend, this is a great chance to highlight those.
And that's what the interview is looking for, right?
Also, any trade publications, any magazines that you read related to your job is a great way to sort of highlight your desire to keep learning.
Well, I think that's really important because it's good that you went to a good university, you got this degree and everything, but continuously training yourself, and maybe just by listening to business podcasts or reading specific magazines or stuff like that, that is demonstrating that you care about what you do and that you are continuously learning, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so those are the main things to talk about in your educational background. Now, when this work experience question pops up, what should you really say?
When you're answering this question, I think there's something really important to keep in mind.
And what's that?
You want to make sure that you're being as specific as possible, right?
Right. So giving examples of what you've done.
Like really specifically what you did, all of the sort of the main achievements you have.
Okay, so like for example, we saw in our dialogue that he talked about specific strategies that he implemented to improve customer support in that company.
Right, and he gave some numbers.
Right, he said, yeah, he lowered the churn rate to about 5%.
So it's so important whenever you can attach a number to your success or your achievement, to be able to do that in the interview really demonstrates your achievement.
Yeah, I think that's really important. And another thing when you're talking about previous jobs is make sure you keep it on a positive note. Right? Even if your experience was not very good or you didn't like the company or you had problems, you should avoid talking about that and always keep it on a positive note.
Right. So if the interviewer asks you why you want to join this company, why you're looking to leave your current job, you want to give these positive reasons.
Right. You don't want to say, well, because my boss was a jerk or I didn't like the company anymore. Yeah. You should answer it with something positive like, well, I think I need a change, or this job opportunity is more aligned with what I want to do in the future, etc. Yeah, so positive always on your interviews, and just, again, prepare for these questions that are always going to be there.
Yes.
So, Erica, I know that you've done a lot of interviews, and I understand that you've had a really weird question.
Yes. In an interview, I once got this question. If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I really was asked that question.
What did you answer?
I think I said that I would want to be a willow tree because they're really beautiful.
Was that the right answer?
I don't know. Like, what are you supposed to answer to that question? I really don't know what the right answer was.
Well, some people, they'll ask you just, I don't know, random questions just to see what your response is. I think also maybe it's just how you deal with the pressure
or with the unexpected questions.
Right. So it's like that is pretty unexpected though. But I guess you handled it pretty well.
Okay. Well, I mean, I got the job. So
nice. All right.
All right. I want to know from our listeners if they were a tree, what kind of tree they would be.
Yeah. And also tell us about, your job experience or your educational background. Well, I know, for example, that I've had a lot of different types of jobs. I've even been that person that gets on the bus and charges people the money.
I know. You've had every job under the sun.
So, but it's great. So tell us, what's the weirdest job you've had? What's the craziest or the best job? Or any experiences?
Yes.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. The history of the education you've had.
Educational background.
With special recognition for receiving very high marks.
With honors.
The main field of study in an undergraduate degree.
Major.
A limited area of study.
Specialization.
To have a secondary area of study in an undergraduate program.
Minor.
The combination of courses taken in a degree program.
Course of study.
Course of study.
Track.
Master's or PhD, education above the bachelor's degree level.
Postgraduate.
For that reason.
Hence.
Try to do something over a longer period of time.
Pursue.
Try hard to do something.
Strive.
A wide range or scope of something.
Breadth.
Important and large enough to have a noticeable effect.
Significant.
Adding or giving something.
Contribution.
University education.
Tertiary education.
Take the chance to do something before others do.
Take initiative.
Make something different in a special way.
Distinguish.
A good quality or feature that someone has.
Attribute.
Examine something in a careful and critical way.
Scrutinize.
Let's try that faster. Take the chance to do something before others do.
Take initiative.
A good quality or feature that someone has.
Attribute.
To have a secondary area of study in an undergraduate program.
Minor.
With special recognition for receiving very high marks.
With honors.
The history of the education you've had.
Educational background.
Try to do something over a longer period of time.
Pursue.
Course of study.
Track.
Master's or PhD, education above the bachelor's degree level.
Postgraduate.
For that reason.
Hence.
University education.
Tertiary education.
Adding or giving something.
Contribution.
The combination of courses taken in a degree program.
Course of study.
The main field of study in an undergraduate degree.
Major.
A limited area of study.
Specialization.
Try hard to do something.
Strive.
Important and large enough to have a noticeable effect.
Significant.
Make something different in a special way.
Distinguish.
Examine something in a careful and critical way.
Scrutinize.
A wide range or scope of something.
Breadth.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Course of study. I chose this course of study because it offers a wide range of work opportunities. Course of study. I want to change my course of study before the next semester starts. Course of study. My sister didn't choose her course of study. My parents decided for her. Pursue. They wanted to pursue their dream of traveling around the world, but it didn't happen. Pursue. My mother wants me to pursue a career in law. Pursue. You should really pursue that master's degree. It would really help your career. Strive. If you want to be successful, you must strive to achieve your goals. Strive. We strive to bring you outstanding customer service. Strive. Our company always strives to make our products better and better. Hence. The project was a complete failure. Hence, the project manager was fired. Hence. The project was postponed for 3 months, hence the delay in delivery. Hence. I never studied for my exams, hence my low marks.